Right, hello and welcome back to the Crossword vlog, aka Clog, Saturday edition. And yeah, it's honestly kind of wild how routine solving Saturdays has become. I guess we've solved at least 11 of them. I guess, is that how math works? But yeah, I don't know what happened. I guess there's just sort of a threshold at which I was always, just a few words off from solving them whenever I did miss them. And then just that extra like 5% better that I got really pushed it over the edge. And also now that I have a streak going, um, I sort of feel very compelled to fight for every single puzzle, even if it's even if it takes me like over an hour. But anyway, yeah, let's just get right into it. Epsilon follower. I assume this is like Greek alphabet trivia knowledge, which epsilon could be like zeta or something. Suddenly crash. Could be like something down, but I'll just come back to that. Orthodontic treatment. So, um, orthodontic treatments, I think of like braces or wisdom teeth removal. Um, a good word for giving. Not sure. I've never seen that word in my life before. Um, okay, Tupperware alternatives. Might end in S. In Spanish or French. All right. Um, well, I mean, there's like the final four. That's not the end though, because it's like Sweet 16, something 8, final four. So, I don't love it because it's sort of not the end. It's just sort of like almost the end. Um, so I guess I'll just keep that out for now. I wonder if this would be India, because I know the giant cities like Mumbai and Delhi, those are like on rivers, and that has a huge amount of population, and it might just extend to the rest of the country as well. A bug in a way. Okay. I know for this one, it was like one of those like cylinder puzzle boxes or something. I don't know if that's specifically what they're talking about though. As usual link. As per usual. Um, so per is the link between those words, I guess. These letters aren't looking great. Available for service. Not sure. I mean, this could just be a passport. Is that too easy? Seems possible. Spots for tiny flags. Ooh, wait, I think this should be lapels. So passport would be wrong. Because, like lapel pins. Okay. 2 words, 3 minutes in. Good pace. Leads. That could mean a lot of things. Like leadership or leads as in like sales leads. All in one meal. Huh. Big to do. This like hitting enter or something. No way that fits. Not even close. Um, Leading position. Okay. I would think if this was like four letters, I would think like the helm or something like that. A lot of big clues. Big to do, big part of New England. Title lyric after Ours is a Love. My 1950s hit knowledge is a little lacking. First line in the Gettysburg Address. Isn't that 77 years ago? Our fathers something. Yeah. Huh. Emmy nominee. Seedy business for college applicants. It's like maybe like that thing where people will like get someone to take the SAT for them, but I don't know how to describe that other than like SAT takers. Um, but that's what I have in mind. Never say never. Nope. Fight sight. Maybe a ring, like a boxing fight. And this has got to be Sia, one named singer. Okay, making a bit more progress. Xeriscaping. Xeriscaping. What? Can't imagine what that might mean. All right, let's hope the downs are a bit easier. This has got to be Frozen, right? I guess not. Billboard chart topper. Moana, but that also doesn't fit. Huh. One who's all over the board. French Open activity. I mean, isn't the French Open a tennis tournament? Um, but for short. So I feel like it's got to be, and because it's a question mark, it's got to be like a French activity or something, right? Huh. Could this be solo artist or something? Single player. Is this plural? Targets. I was just thinking like someone who plays songs, solo artist. Kind of makes sense. Letters look okay. Not super convinced, but got to eventually put some words in. Okay. Concerning computer display. Huh. Not sure. Could this just be I lost or something? Don't love it. Travel rewards cards. It's got to be something S, right? Travel reward cards. It's like frequent flyers. Jet setters? Is that that does fit? Nice. Um, the J is a little scary, just because J is a pretty rare one, but looks all right. Okay. Deep freeze preservation. Like I want it to be like cryo something. Let's see, anything jump out? This could be, oh, press enter. So it wasn't going. Okay, yeah, so that feels good. Stories of East Asia. Maybe stories is like a building, stories, like floors. Promising could be rich or something, like a rich area for study. Jot down, maybe? Ugh. Scary. With the J. Probably an S here. Okay. What can we make inroads on? This could be NCAA final. There we go. Um, National College Athletics Association, I guess. Um, that makes more sense than Final Four. Um, okay, it could be something off, like drop off. Hmm, don't like it. Uncompromising. Nah, don't know. Yeah, what? I just keep seeing injury, which I'm pretty sure has nothing to do with weeds. Could this just be bento box? Seems reasonable. Is this box as well? That's sort of bad form if that is the case, but might not be. But I just like, what else could end in X? Oh, is it like a simplex or something? Document for some travels. Um, Travelers. Could this be Tampa? Is Tampa known for its rivers? Don't know about that. Okay, Great Expectations and The Great Gatsby. I guess my high school English Knowledge is a little stale at this point. One thing I was thinking was like pot, as in like pothole. Like the street was worn down, but I just don't know if that makes any sense. Neighbor of Senegal. Huh. Such a long name for a country, if it is a country. Stuff. Nope. Okay. This is definitely a tough one. Okay. Disney films with like popular songs. No. This could be like Tina or something. Okay. Orthodontic treatments. What in your, I guess maybe gums? Mm, no. Yeah, like what in your mouth, specifically your teeth? Maybe like jaws? Don't know what this would be, but then this could be like Anna or Anne. With the J here. Also, simplex does not need to be right. I just sort of made that up. Okay. I wonder if this is just another brand. I wish I knew what a preposition was. I don't know my parts of speech. Oh, maybe the OED, the Oxford English Dictionary. I think that makes sense. Was at one time. Error message. There we go. All right. This is very odd. Essay prep, maybe? Um, like writing your college essay for you, isn't it? And stuff. Oh, like stuff as in eat a lot. Um, maybe Rosie? Oh, this could be Issa Rae. Ours is a love so something. Forced to fit. Not sure. Might be a ED. Okay, that's some progress though. And this is not passport. So what other travel documents? I mean, you might have an itinerary, you might need a visa. Hmm. Could this be an S here? It could if I lost is right. I don't really like that as a like I feel like that's not really a thing for someone to like lose and then just like be head on their hands being like, I lost, you know? But to each their own, I guess. Quick-tempered sorts. It's gotta be schism. Car something maybe? Um, this could just be task, I guess. It's not really a big to do, it's more just a to do. And it doesn't need to be essay prep, it could be essay something else. Okay, if this is, I feel like this has got to be an O or an E. So does anything jump out? E looks a bit better, I have to say. Oh, this could be car bills? Or no, document. Also, car bill is not really a thing. Um, like, uh, like a car bill is not really for a traveler, it's just for a person with a car, you know? Could this be something rolls? Leads. Nah, not quite getting it, but I feel like it's close. Was at one time. Could this be something fires? Jail. Okay. Just trying to see if there's any spots I haven't been looking at that might have some updates. This doesn't need to be that. Cryo. I mean, it kind of feels like it should be. I'm also going to take that out, sadly. How many other places are there? Let's see. Maybe a rut in a street. better word for where in a street. Hot. Okay. I feel like this U should help, but I think I just need a couple more letters there. Okay, what if this is E? Was at one time. Could just be something B. Was at one time, like used to be. There we go. All right, nice. Um, Document for some travelers. Cart. Okay, what if this is Plex? Because I don't think it can be box now. Because, oh, car title, maybe? Huh. So it might be just something called something text. Um, okay, but got some good letters up here. Saran wrap, I guess. Could be. And maybe Saran also makes Tupperware type stuff. Entre, maybe? Uh, that doesn't look great, I have to admit. Cryptics. Something. Oh, Egypt. There we go. That makes sense. Everyone's on the Nile. Bug could be nag, and then oh, like giving in, like uncle. Cryptics is like that. Geroles. Gerolus. Cryptics. Cryptox. Leads. Or maybe leads. Okay. Wow. Still really not seeing that, but um, jail. So that could be like the verb, like to jail someone. Um, or it could be like the physical place. Can confine. There we go. So this was something fires. Um, and that's like the verb form, like to confine someone. Oh, Guinea-Bissau. It's one of those countries that you never think of. But it is a country. And I might have spelled it wrong, but I think that's. Oh, major roles? Leads. Major. Huh. I don't quite understand why this would be right, but it's got to be major there. firm in your beliefs, you're uncompromising. Big part of England. Could be something state. Up, upstate doesn't quite fit, but could it be Spitfires? Is that a thing? Okay. This was state like that. Hot pastrami. Pastrami. Cacti, I guess. Never say never. Okay. So this can be jotted down now. Um, cryonic. Never say never is an idiom, I guess. Is it? Oh my gosh, it's like I almost put ninja here just instinctively, but that does not make sense. We're looking for some sort of name. Not complicated at all. I see. That's a pretty reasonable ending there. Oh, maybe it's cryonic like that, and then this is like the tri-state area. Okay, I'll come back to that. Oh, classism here. That makes sense. Like Gatsby was from a lower class, tried to break into the upper class. Great Expectations, never read. Um, some chains, island chains could be like that, so then isles. Okay, that's good progress. Yeah, I'll come back to this. I think this could be task. Got down. I'll also come back to this corner because it's pretty self-contained. I guess everything's self-contained now, which is a bit scary, right? Because if if I can't figure out this or can't figure out this, like nothing I can do up here will help me. I guess this must be gums. Um, does it have to be gums? Could it be something else? Not sure actually. Uh, on higher maybe? I was gonna say for higher, but I just saw higher first. Um, Asahi. I guess, yeah, I should have put two and two together, but sake bomb is like sake plus beer. And Asahi is a Japanese beer, sake is a Japanese liquor. So this can be off. Donuts. Was it was something like that. Apologies for butchering that, but could this be the Oto people? Donuts. The ending with I is tricky for sure. This got to be something like Zeta or Beta, but it's not Beta. Um, um, we'll come back to that. Maybe just one's place all over the board. I'm seeing teacher, and I'm not. Okay, yeah, at first I was going to say I'm not sure why that would have to do with this, but I mean, I guess the closest I can come up to is like they're writing on a chalkboard or like a blackboard or a whiteboard, I guess. Um, okay. Ute people, I guess. Donuts. Tori, Yori, Pori. Huh. Nothing really makes sense there. So, feels a little sketch. I mean, teacher is a bit of a reach. It was mostly based on the fact that I think it's got to be that. Um, I was almost thinking like zone out. Uh, abrogate. Could it be up to? Like I'm just thinking like what words would ever make sense here? French Open activity. And then an actress name. So it's got to be some sort of, because if it was P, because I feel like I feel like orthodontic treatments aren't really about the gums. They're always about the teeth itself. I mean, it could be like gaps in your teeth or something. It's a bit of a stretch, but could this be undo? Oh, that's a little stereotypical, I guess. Public displays of affection, and then this could be something like that. Zone out doesn't quite make sense for suddenly crash. Um, oh, and it doesn't need to be one's place. Although I'd kind of like the ones place or the tens place. But I'll take that out for now. Um, whoa, alright. So I feel kind of okay with this. Abrogate as a fancy word for undo feels pretty reasonable. Okay, yeah, let's take a look at some other areas. Let's see if I can get this done. Stories of East Asia. Not complicated at all. I feel like it's got to be like a T or P, N. Let's just look at all these letters. Just topic. Um, oh, this should be basic. um, shouldn't it? Sonia makes sense as a name. Pagoda, it has multiple stories as like a building. What is the Bay State area? Well, they're always making new stuff up, I guess, but that seems right. I feel pretty confident in that corner. Um, Forced to fit, it could be like jam in or something. Cry out for. Like I'm almost like tempted to put in need, but needing doesn't mean you're like crying out for something. Like you might need it and not say anything, or vice versa. Could this be like the aft? Like the no, aft is the back. Um, I'm still thinking about like ship stuff. Ours is a love so true, maybe? And then this sort of, if that's the case, then I say prep can't be right because then you'd have triple R. Um, isn't it something like Anne? I want it to be like, I don't know, ending in TED. Got down something. Essay. Okay. Spur of industry. Got down in a way. I want it to be like you like manage to eat some food that you don't really like, something like that. Easy, not easy. Essay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna take out the not sure ones, which is most of them. Um, and then I'm just gonna hop back over to the other corner. Just now that I have, I wouldn't call it fresh eyes, but slightly less stale eyes. Okay, suddenly crash. I feel like this is our best bet for um, breaking in here. So I'm thinking like out or off. Aisles could be wrong, but yeah, there's no real other option, I think. The thing is, like, I did have a like technically filled out thing here. I just didn't like it. Donuts. Tor oh, Tauruses. Okay, I think this is actually all right now. Zone out. Suddenly crash. Zone out. Crashing is different from zoning out, but I'm actually just gonna call this set for now. I think this is actually right. Whew, okay. Um, I feel like it's gotta be so true. Okay, what if this was tap in? Because then that works with essay prep. And I know this has a triple R. So it would have to be like 2 words somehow. No, no, no. The letters are so bad here. So what would be wrong? True or force to fit? I like the idea of this something in. I mean, it could be like so real or something, but so true just feels good. Okay, big to do. But it's with a question mark, you know? Like, no way that's task. Like 0% chance. Um, leading position. Essay. I feel like I should know this, but I really don't. Right, let's go back to the an idea. Okay, we'll just try this. Convenience store brand. I just can't think of what that is. Like a chain of convenience stores, or is it like a brand that you would find there? This is definitely putting up a fight. How long? Okay, we're approaching the hour mark. I think it's possible that could get it done in less than an hour, but it's definitely going to be a fight. Like I'm stuck with this like kind of like a mini crossword because I feel actually pretty confident about everything else. Could this be something like ing? Convenience store brand. Stewart. Okay, let's just essay. Maybe this one's the ing. Essay. No. Well, that can't be right. Forced to fit. Okay, what if this is real? Just to try it out. The double A looks really bad, but yeah. So I'd like to treat this as like guaranteed, I just don't feel quite confident enough. And this could be something like something in or something on. Essay. Huh. Not the most riveting of content. I've sort of just been going back and forth on the same answers. This one's thrown me off a bit just because I can't think of why a leading position would be 3 letters, or like how to, yeah. Could be something like nth, but it just feels a little off. That's more like the last position. Wouldn't like invention be the spur of industry? Or like, yeah, so the fundamental problem is I'm thinking true is the most likely thing here, and prep is the most likely thing here, and they're both sort of conflicting with each other. And I can't think of any other sort of options for either of them. I guess that's the main thing that's tough here. So it's hard to figure out which one's right. feels like essay prep must have been wrong, but got down. So you could be like lying down. Oh, got down could have been like you memorized it. Um, or it could have been like you ate it. Got down. Could be like a learned thing. Fit, if not for array. Okay, just yeah, that's definitely not right. I just wanted to look at it and confirm. Um, this array is almost 100% right. Essay, no, still not. This is definitely a very hard puzzle. I'll talk more in the review section once I finish this, but hmm. Long time name in baked goods. It's gotta be some brand, right? Baked goods. Okay, what could be the misdirection here? Man, I've made no progress in the last 10 minutes. Um, big to do. Trip. Torp. Okay, to do. Wow. I'm just gonna go back to that. Okay, I'm just gonna look at every letter here and just see if anything jumps out at me. Because I keep wanting it to be Taylor, but not quite enough letters there. None of that quite made sense. Title lyric. Okay, so if this is RR and this is T, I feel like in most cases this has got to be two vowels, because there's not that many consonants that go after T, and then it's got to be a vowel before double R. So it's desperate measures, but just um, okay. um, air, no. Okay. Oops. R something. Okay. Don't think that we're getting anywhere with this strat. Um, okay. So this could also be an R. That's the only other letter that I think would go after a T, right? Okay. So maybe this just means that so true is wrong, and then prep is right. It's possible. So free, maybe? No. Same problem with the R's. Oh gosh. This is a nasty, nasty one, I have to say. This is probably one of the least entertaining videos, but got a streak to preserve. Could it just be I lose instead? Oh my gosh. Not that that really helps anything, but it just means that so true might be right, because there's just more options here. Okay, there is something that I need to do. Well, needed to do at 9. It's currently 9:03. Um, so I might have to take a quick break. But it would be nice to solve this all in one sitting. But yeah, I think I will pause here, an hour and 5 minutes in. And hopefully I can come back in like a minute. But we'll see. All right, see you in a second. All right, and I'm back just a couple minutes later. So my suffering has not ended. Oh man. I think I can probably solve this with another half hour. But I feel like there's just gotta be something that I'm not seeing. Well, obviously there's something that I'm not seeing, but um okay. Leading position. Maybe this can help. Although generally getting letters at the end of a word is less useful, but I'll take anything at the moment, honestly. So cry out for. The people like cry out for something. The people cry out for. Because it's not just going to be yell or something like that, because that's not crying out for something, that's just crying out. Cry out for. It's like a combination of wanting and yelling. So I feel like either this is a D or this is D, or both. But um, because got down is in past tense, so, or it could be like had, like something past tense there. But let's say one of those is a D. Essay, cry out for. It's almost like a begging sort of thing. It's like a cry out for. Well, let's just put some letters here. Okay. Um, for some reason, I just saw like charity is a spur of industry. Just doesn't quite make sense. In which case, this would have to be EC. I say, I'm, at a certain point, you just got to try anything, right? Um, cry out for spur of industry. What would spur industry? Big to do. Could big mean something else? To do. I just am not understanding the possible source of misdirection here. To do. To dash do. Okay, what if it is on the learning side, like memorized? And we're back in this world, which honestly has not helped so far. Got down. Like title lyric, I assume meaning that this is the title. So I can imagine a song called So True. It'd be like Stewart, Stewart, A. Leading position. Got down. Ooh, could it be making someone sad or something? Um, It's like the opposite of cheered. Got down. Oh my gosh. How long has it been? It's been like almost half an hour just in this one section. This is truly, truly difficult. Or something. Big to do. Big. Tops. Togs. Torp. Toll. I feel like if I just knew this, my life would have been so much easier. Um, cry out for. Plug. Plague. Dreg. Got. I mean, lowered. That's one thing. I mean, a toil could be a big thing that you have to do. cry out for, need. Just like sometimes just putting in enough letters of things that are plausible can help. Um, Outrage, spur of industry, essay, fair, essay, so ours is a love, so stew. Could Uno be a position? Outrage is the spur of industry. That sounds a little off, but um, so okay. Convenience store brand, essay, maybe coward, big to do. Okay, what if we take those? Um, so ours is a love, so okay. Forced to fit. Could be like jamming or something. Like ramming, something N. Easy essay. Essay marked. I'm marked for essays. Um, Essay igni and say take essay essay sale. No, too many E's. Well, this doesn't have to be that. Um, but CD business. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't seem great. Essay. Hmm. Forced to fit. I really like the in ending. Um, and I think jam in is a little better than ram in. So ours is a little so. Okay, so it could be so real. Okay. Okay. Could be something and essay. Essay mine. That's where they go and find all the essays. This is going to be something I've never heard of, I feel like. Um, essay. So this has to be a consonant, right? Like, it can't be like W, like NW, for example, doesn't work. Essayment. Essayment. Essay Monk? Is that, what if it's just a name of a business and it's called Essay Monk? Like it's not a category? That I can imagine that actually. So it could be Essayment. Um, it's almost like depleted. That doesn't fit, but imagine something else is wrong in here. Oh my God, it'll take me another 2 hours. Spur of industry. Deleted? Wait, does that make any sense? Got down. No, that doesn't make any sense, but um, leading position. I mean, one essayment. Convenience store brand. Feels like an N or a T. the spur of industry. Big to-do. Oh my gosh. I, I do need to go to the bathroom. Oh my God. I've been, I'm coming up on an hour on just this section. This is actually incredible. Um, Cry out for. God. Yeah, that really doesn't make any sense to be deleted. Um, Forced to fit. God damn it away. I mean, realistically, I should like take a longer break from this and come back with extra fresh eyes. I think that might just be the play. I might just go until an hour 45. Because yeah, this is quite difficult. But man, I just feel so strongly about everything else. I really didn't anticipate this being the problem. I thought this would be. Although each in a might be wrong. Might be zonk out. Okay. Proactive fix. There we go. Um, Cry out for. We're back to where we started. I was just thinking, like, so real. Like, would you really clue it like that? Or is this a love so? Maybe you would. It's interesting because most of the time when I'm like super stuck like this, it's because there's like a set of three letters that I just like I don't know the answers to any of them. But this is just a whole section that I can't get. It's just brutally difficult for me for some reason. Could it be an essay farm? God damn. Forced to fit. The AF is tough here. Okay, but then that fits with outrage, which, whatever. Forced to fit. Big to do. I just still don't understand that one. Okay, let's just look at all the letters here. Cry out for. Heed. That's not quite right. Wow. Forced fit. So, all right. I'll just give it a few more minutes and then I'll take a longer break. Wow, what a video this has been. Remember when it was like an hour ago and I said, I think maybe I can finish this in the next 15 minutes? I don't think outrage is the spur of industry. I mean, you can be on top, and that's a leading position, top position. Got down. For some reason, I just saw spied on. I don't think that makes sense, though. Okay. Flip back true for a second. Okay, that can't work because of the TR. So real. Up. Leaded. Okay, letters look so bad here. Yeah, that ain't it. Are we really back here? Okay, yeah. Here's the problem. I think this is a brand that I've not heard of. Um, I've not figured out this, and I haven't made much progress there. Still don't have a clue here. This is going to be something that I maybe have heard of, but am not familiar with. And this, there's just so many different interpretations of got down that it's hard to pick one. And then so real, so true, or other. I can't think of anything other than essay prep, but essay prep, when it's here, doesn't play nicely with a lot of these things. Like, for example, like forced to fit. Um, yeah, it's just not feeling, I'm not seeing anything plausible here. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to take this out and I'll leave it here. I'll let it get to exactly 1 hour 45. This is definitely the longest I've spent on a puzzle in basically forever. Um, but yeah, I'm not giving up quite yet. I mean, I I think maybe with fresh eyes things will go a little better. But anyway, see you in maybe a few hours. Great. I am back. It is now, I don't know, some hours after the original recording session, and I have to address a controversy. You'll see here, I left off at 1:45:09, but while I was gone, I sneakily could not pull myself away from my phone, and I started picking at the corner a little bit more. So I think I spent around 10 minutes. Should update in a second. Um, or maybe not. Here, I might have to back out and then go back in. Yes, so I spent around 9 minutes, I would say, and I made some huge discoveries. So I'm gonna take you back through my process as best as I remember. This is like 10 minutes ago, and then I moved out here. Um, so when I was looking at this, before I was so stuck on so true or so real, and I was like, wait a second, what if like so rare just jumped out at me? And then I looked here and I was like, oh, it's Sarah. And I thought Sarah Ann. And I spent a while um, looking at this, got down in a way. I was like, I don't know. But I saw this. If this is Sarah, then I guess this is task. And I had that for a while, but I was just still like, why is that big? Like, what's the question mark? It makes no sense. But I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna ignore that. Um, if this is a K, this has to be kneeled, right? Like, there's no other letter that could go here. Um, and then I got stuck for a bit, because I was like, cry out for, like, wand, like, whatever. But then I was like, well, at the very least, so rare fits very nicely with the ram in thing. And then I was like, SA meal? Like, what, how is that possible? So I was like, okay, I'll take that out. I did some, me, jingling around of all the different things. But then I was like, oh, it's not Sarah Ann, it's Sarah Lee. And I was like, essay mill. That kind of makes sense. It's sort of like this place that generates a bunch of essays. Um, Sort of, it has the same sort of negative connotation as like a puppy mill, for example. Um, and then finally, I was like, oh, it's icy. And then um, I was actually like solving it in my head after I stopped. So I haven't like entered these yet, but I couldn't pull my brain away from it. And I think this must be avarice is the spur of industry, and then the van, like the vanguard, and then cry out for is need, I guess. And oh my God, we are sub 2 hours. Um, I mean, yeah. Sorry for doing some of that off camera. I just I feel like at this point nobody is still watching this video, I hope. Um, but if you fast forwarded to the end, sorry to disappoint. I think it was sort of helpful, A, to get a break in in my eyes, but also just to like look at it on my phone instead of my laptop for some reason. Um, but yeah, um, let me, do the traditional thing. Um, Here we go. Um, Here we go.
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it.
All right, let's go ahead and admire the puzzle. Um, First, I want to try to analyze whose fault it was that this was so difficult for me. Like looking at it at a high level, it it feels like my fault. Like nothing in here is that crazy. Sarah Lee, it was in my brain, but it needed a lot of work to get it out of there. Um, I think some of the clues just never really clicked for me. Like I still really don't understand why task is a big to do with a question mark. Um, it literally just is. It's a to do. A task is a thing to do. Um, so like that clue just felt wrong to me, and so I was always sort of on edge from putting this in. Similar thing with need. Um, like there's no reason that a need, like if you need something, you don't cry out for it all the time, right? Um, like if something cries out for help, it probably needs help, but it doesn't necessarily need help. Like someone might cry out for help, um, and just there are plenty of other reasons. So that just felt awful. And then avarice, the spur of industry. Yeah, no, nothing wrong with that. Kneeled instead of knelt also tripped me up quite a bit. I think I did see like in my throes of anguish, I did see task here, and I was like, oh, like kneeling down or knelt. on or something. But Issa Rae was so locked in, I was like, well, I can't be Nelt. So Neil just felt ugly to me, I guess. Um, and so rare. I mean, also totally fair. Yeah, and I just couldn't see Icy, I guess. Yeah, yeah, I'm having trouble like figuring out if it was my fault or not. I like it it feels like it was mostly my fault somehow. Um, but yeah, there's also stuff like this, like Kachina, or and like crossed with Zonk out, which isn't great. This Encanto crossed with Ute and Torai is, and yeah, actually this is a pretty nasty one. Um, so like the stuff here I feel like is more objectively really hard and kind of unfair. Um, but just weirdly, this corner gave me so much more trouble. Even though I think it looks a bit more fair. I guess Issa Rae is that's pretty nasty crossed with these other things. I just happen to know her mostly because of crosswords. She shows up a lot. There is some like nice long fill in here, bento box, error message, um, classism. That was a cute clue for that. Um, pastrami, nothing wrong with that. So there's like cool stuff in here, but it's just I just had so much trouble solving it that I'm like, I I really can't evaluate this with a score. I think there's going to be a lot of firsts on this. So the first like greater than hour and 45-minute solve on this channel, um, the first some part of it was done off camera solve on this channel, and then also I think I might leave this unrated. Um, it didn't annoy me. Like what's weird is that I like often when I spend a ridiculous amount of time on a puzzle, it's like sort of like an annoying reason that I spent on it. And this just felt hard. It was different. It wasn't like a cross that I didn't understand a single letter to. Like it wasn't like I was like, oh, I don't know what goes here. Is this an A? Is it an I? Um, it was just a corner full of things that I didn't understand. I think the clues were kind of objectively bad here, but other than that, like it was just me versus the puzzle. So yeah, I will let you, the viewer, determine what rating you want to give this puzzle. And I'll just give it a 5 out of 10 as sort of a default placeholder. Um, yeah, yeah. Well, thanks for watching. I doubt anyone actually watched all the way through, but thanks for watching regardless, and I'll see you next time.